Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are back again with the Ultimate Racing League and their academy, which I have lovingly called the Apex Cat Cup, as they are racing in Jaguar Group 3s and Group 4s. We have a mix, ladies and gentlemen, on the grid, with the seniors being in the Group 3s and the juniors in the Group 4 Jaguars. We're going to have two 25-minute races. The first one on the racing soft tyres, and the second one using a mix of medium and hards. So there should be a pit stop. But we have seen recently that the Group 4 cars, the juniors, are having to make, some of them are having to make pit stops in the sprints through tyre wear, which gives it that extra slant. It gives it an extra edge. Right then. They've got a championship on the go. We are at rounds 15 and 16, and we're at the Red Bull Ring. And so the championship so far is Carlsberg sitting at the top on 242 points. Rufus is in second on 239 points. Those two are so tight all season long. It has been to-ing and fro-ing. Ginger in third on 200 points, with Brownie fourth on 174 points, recently going above Hoyland, who's in fifth on 170 points. Watesy in sixth on 158 points. He's ahead of the Saint in seventh on 71, and Fazzy is eighth on 21, but we've not seen the Saint or Fazzy for a while. I miss them. In the Group 4 Championship, the Junior Championship, Bubblegum leads that championship on 118 points, with Steele in second on 101 points. We have Matmar in third on 87 points, and he's 2 points ahead of the Frank, who's fourth on 85 points. Then we have Ninky in fifth on 52 points, Panos in sixth on 21 points, Krell in seventh on 9 points, and Damien in eighth on 6 points. So, I mean, Bubblegum, he's looking pretty tidy at the moment. I think he's all right with only two more events to go after this. We've got 6 races, because we've not started this one yet. 6 races to go. Still everything to play for, I'm sure. Ginger's in the chat saying, morning thingy. Why, hello, Ginger, how are you on this fine Sunday? It's not bad. It's not. It could be sunnier. We lost an hour. That's going to pay later in the week, I'm sure. Right then, they have qualified, ladies and gentlemen, and Rufus isn't on pole. It's a shock. Breaking news. Carlsberg, championship leader, finally can be asked, and puts in a good qualifying. He's put it on pole position here at the Red Bull Ring for this first sprint race. Brownie in second place, with Rufus in third. We've got Ginger in fourth, and Hoyland qualifying in fifth. And that is the Group 3 car runners, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to the Group 4s. Bubblegum on pole there, just ahead of Matmar, and we have Steele in thirds. So a thin field, you may say. And there could be questions asked why. I would strongly put forward that it's because it's at the Red Bull Ring, and no one likes the Red Bull Ring. But people still keep putting it on the calendar like it's a decent racetrack, and it isn't. It's not the best, come on. It's Formula One use it, and that is probably its biggest. There's 3 heavy braking corners and about 4 iffy-whiffy corners. It's not the best track out there, I must say. But hey, I digress. People like it. I'm just not a big fan. Ginge saying, I'm okay, thanks, how are you? I'm just out walking the dog. Well, there you go. Don't lose him. Them. I didn't mean to gender your dog. They identify as a dog, I suppose. Carlsberg. So, yeah, here we go. I've done the grid. I've done my moan about Red Bull Ring. So there's nothing left to do but to crack on with the race. Carlsberg then leads them around for a rolling start. Like I said, 25 minutes of pure, unadulterated racing, ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure in the Jaguar. Carlsberg on pole, leads them away, and I think we're racing now, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't hear the boop. Carlsberg then up to the first corner, first heavy break in, and Brownie following him through with Rufus getting a wiggle on, I think I saw in the background, but Rufus getting a good exit because he's closing in on the Brownster. And Carlsberg, lovely breakaway from the deck. He is pulling a bit of a gap, and that's what you need around here, so you don't get punted from behind in the braking areas. Everything going fine. Oh no, Rufus a little wide. Rufus a little wide there, and Ginger gaining a spot. So Rufus, I think Rufus's opinions of the Red Bull Ring is probably very similar to mine. Hoyland in 5th, yet to spin. He does like to on his first lap. Other than that, perfect racing. Just that one spin, he likes to get out of the way early doors. Nearly Hoyland. Bubblegum leading, and there's Matmar having issues. Matmar having issues. We'll go back. So Matmar securely in 2nd place at the moment, still lining him up for a move, and did still get caught out with the braking. Oh, still goes for a very, very big move there, and ran out of road, unfortunately. And Matmar kept his head, didn't let it fluster him, and just continues on. Great try from Steele, though, you've got to say. He saw an opportunity and he took it. Unfortunately, the brakes were against him. Carlsberg then leads from Brownie, and then now we have Ginger in 3rd ahead of the Rufus. On board with Rufus, 2nd in the championship, 4th on the road, and the man he's trying to gain a couple of points on is up there in the front. Things are not decked well for Rufus at the moment. Rufus having a look at that gap up the inside of Ginger, weighing it up. He's a little too far behind at the moment. Ginger going a bit wide. Ginger going a little bit wide there, and I'm sure the stewards will be keeping a close eye on that. You can gain a little time up the straight if you just keep your foot in. Best thing when you go wide there, just lift, cruise back to the track, and then apply accelerator. But Ginger, oh, nearly loses the rear derriere of his Jaguar, and that gives Rufus an opportunity. And when opportunity knocks, you've got to take it, you've got to grasp it. Life lesson. And Ginger, though, maintains the inside line, and these Jaguars look so frisky. They really do. They're twitching around all over the place. Carlsberg leads, but does look like the Brownie has closed in. Rufus is past Ginger. I apologise, Rufus. They've got both same colour cars. I didn't notice. One swapped. So Rufus back up and into 3rd now, as Ginger follows him through. Hoyland completed the first lap. Back to saying her. Penalty fest. Oh yeah, this is a penalty fest here. Hoyland then, he might pick up if he keeps it nice and sensible, and there's a lot of penalties out there. Bubblegum at the moment leading from Matmar. Now remember, Bubblegum in the sprint racing soft tyre racers, the first race, has been struggling with tyre wear. Now I don't think Red Bull Ring is particularly bad on the tyre wear. Like I said, there's only a few corners and they're barely worth a mention. So there's like 3 main corners and a few lifts, maybe a dab of the brake, but nothing too hectic. So the tyres might not be too bad here. Bubblegum might be okay. He's been losing out to race wins to Matmar because Matmar's been keeping his tyres together, but Matmar's pace against Bubblegum's is a lot closer than we've seen all season, and Matmar is really matching Bubblegum's times at the moment and going faster again. So this could be an interesting dice for later on in the race, ladies and gentlemen. One to keep a very close eye on. Steele making his way around, going faster every time. Beautiful stuff. Carlsberg leads. Brownie very close indeed. Brownie was the fastest man the last time around. Rufus has pulled out a distance on Ginger now, and Ginger trying to keep it all together on track as Rufus We saw these the very twitchy cars. If you push a little bit too fast into these corners or try and get on that accelerator any earlier, you'll get punished. And at the moment, Rufus, he seems to have gotten on top of what ailed him in the first lap. Brownie very much now starting to harass and harangue Carlsberg. He is frisking him. He is frisking him like a security guard at the airport. And Carlsberg then just trying to stay calm under fire as Brownie. He is the aggressor moving forward into Carlsberg's territory. And Carlsberg then has to defend at some point as Brownie is looking ready to start poking up the inside. Go for a little explorative move. Oh, and Brownie's carried a lot of speed through that corner there, and Carlsberg is going to be into a lot of trouble now through this next section. Brownie really working his magic on him. Oh, a twitch from Brownie though, and again Brownie goes on the attack. Carlsberg having to defend and maintain. And that's not the fastest way around, ladies and gentlemen. So Carlsberg will be losing time from the attack that Brownie is applying to him. Ginger back up to third. Rufus and Ginger. Oh, and Rufus, he's a bad boy, ladies and gentlemen. He is like the Will Smith of U.R.L. So Ginger up. And it's not the penalty that got him there. He must have got a move, or Rufus went wide and got himself that penalty. Hoyland, hope yet. There is still a future in this for Hoyland. Bubblegum pulling away from Matmar now, nicely. It looks like Matmar may have made a mistake this lap, because he was doing good lap times before that, matching Bubblegum's pace. But Bubblegum now starting to get out of the dodge. And Matmar, is it going to come down to tyre wear for him again? As Bubblegum disappears into the distance still. Getting faster, taking 2 seconds a lap off. So still, every lap, learning the track, getting better. In fact, he can still see Matmar in the distance. 43 again. That's all you can ask for is... oh yeah, Matmar lost 9 seconds that last lap around. So Bubblegum with a bit of an advantage now. He can relax slightly, just very slightly. Carlsberg still under harassment from the Brownster, and Ginger is getting away from Rufus. Rufus, 33 last time around, losing 2 seconds, and he had that penalty, as remember, as well. So Ginger, all he's got to do, keep it clean, keep it between the white lines, and he should be okay. He's got the pace of Rufus. He's done a 31.2 at his best, and Rufus a 31.2 also. So yeah, and Hoyland there closing in. He's in the 32s. He's just about on pace with the guys ahead of him. And this could be fun later on. We're already 8 minutes into this race. Brownie, oh, very close indeed for the Brownster, and he's giving Carlsberg a good run for his money. And he's got no dice in this championship. He doesn't care if he loses points, if it's worth a stab down the inside, which he feels it is now. Oh, tricky stuff. Carlsberg tries to close the door a little too late, and it's a judgment call for you guys. I mean, I never know. I think if someone's up the inside of you, you've got to give him a bit of space. I don't know if Carlsberg wasn't aware that Brownie was going for a move, but Brownie backed right out of it, and Carlsberg maintains the lead. Yes, he wasn't terrible. I just think Carlsberg turned in and didn't realise that Brownie was on his inside. There was a little bit of a collision, and Brownie got right out of it. He said, nope. Brownie can smell a win here today. He's playing it kind of safe, I think. He knows he's still got plenty of racing to do. 16 minutes on the clock, and yeah, there'll be more opportunities. That is a corner that you can't really. You gotta hope that the other person's made a mistake if you want to make a move in that corner. I mean, this is the problem with Red Bull. It really is about getting out of the corners better. Than you've got to try and stay close, and that's scary under braking. Under braking, this is the problem with the track. You've got to be right up there, Jaxie, in the braking zone. Follow them through the corner and try and get a better drive out of the corner and carry the speed down the straight to at least be alongside them in the braking zone. And as we see there, the Berg getting through the corner, executing the corners like a boss. And Brownie just not being able to live with him close enough to be able to execute that move. I mean, you can do a do or dare dive, but usually at the Red Bull Ring, the corners are so tight, they're going to turn in on you because they've got to come round all the way. Ginger then in third, Rufus in fourth, Hoyland fifth, but Hoyland losing a bit of time. Maybe he's got lost sight of those guys ahead of him. So it's hard to maintain pace. It's good when you can see the guy ahead because it helps you keep pace. So Hoyland just losing pace a little bit, lost 2 seconds that last lap around, and now he's lost the rear derriere of the Rufus, and Ginger maintaining a nice gap. Brownie at the moment, he was his fastest, but Carlsberg absolute above and beyond in the lead, put a 30.6 in, which is a phenomenal lap around here at the Red Bull Ring, and some 4/10 faster than Brownie's best so far. Ginger, oh, Ginger's been a naughty lad, and Rufus will be happy about that. Rufus seeing an opportunity ahead in the penalty zone as Ginger carries a half a second penalty. Brownie, is he? Oh, I thought Brownie was closer than Berg. Then, how are the Group 4 guys getting on? Oh man, Bubblegum is Mr. Consistent. Look at him smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. The tyres are looking a lot better. I think those tyres are going to see him to the end of the race. So, Matmar. Oh, and it's such a shame because Matmar did have the pace of the Bubblegum today. Apart from that one mistake on lap 4, Matmar really could have pressured Bubblegum in this race. But there's still a long way to go. Bubblegum might still throw have a lap as well. You never know. And Matmar still might be in with a shout. So let's not write him off just yet. Steele now is finding himself in the way of the leaders. Oh, and the Brownie trying to avoid, lost the rear derriere of his Jaguar, and he nearly shagged it into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Carlsberg leads and gains a bit of time as Brownie struggles to get past the Steele. Ginger and Rufus both lucky to catch Steele on the straight, and Hoyland not quite there, I don't think, yet. He may have done. I'm not sure where the Steele is now. Oh no, sorry, Steele, Rufus and Ginger not quite clearing Steele, and Ginger getting past. Now Ginger's paid that half a second, has he? Ginger has paid that half a second penalty and has stayed ahead of Rufus, so that isn't bad. That's not bad. Brownie still hunting down the Berg, but it looks like Brownie now having a bit of a shaky time in the race. As the car gets lighter, it looks like Brownie is struggling to keep it under control. He's finding it a little bit wayward. He's finding it has a personality of its own when it comes to cornering. And Brownie then, who looked way the fastest guy in those early laps with the heavy payload on, is finding that the Jaguar is a little bit of a handful when it gets lighter, where Carlsberg is just getting more and more comfortable in the car. He's in the groove. Ginger, at the moment, string of podiums for Ginger lately. His season started late. It took a while to get accustomed to the Jaguar, but he seems to be now in the zone. And Rufus, who was very strong early. Oh, yellow flag. Who's that? Oh no, it must be Matmar. Oh no, Matmar has had another moment. He's got damage. It'll go, but still, Matmar. Oh no, maybe he was just getting out of the way. No, he got the back end. The back end got all crazy like. Ooh, and he spun in front of the leaders. And And where's the Steel? Steel's coming up the straight, but Matmar is now underway. Oh, and what a shame, because Matmar had just done his fastest lap with a 39.7. He was in the zone and beating Bubblegum's time, starting to pull the Bubblegum in somewhat. So that is, that's got to be disappointing for the lad, for sure. And the best thing is, though, you've got to take the positives out of that. You're faster, you've got the pace of Bubblegum, and you string those laps together, and it's a real campaign for a race win against Bubblegum without a pit stop being involved. Carlsberg leads from Brownie, and it looks like Brownie is well, we've still got 10 minutes to go. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it looks like Brownie here, where I was favouring him for the race win. I was feeling that the race win was within his grasp. It's looking more like it's a second place for Brownie now, as Carlsberg just seems to get stronger and stronger each lap in the Jaguar. He's come up to the Group 4 leader, and he's crossed his path in a lovely manner. It's down just as they go onto the straight, so no problems there for Carlsberg. Brownie, it's a father and son thing, Brownie being the father of Bubblegum, as he puts a lap on his child. But I've seen them race, and I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in the same machinery, Bubblegum washes the floor with Brownie. That's the only reason Brownie joined. He wouldn't join a series if they were in the same machinery. It had to be like a Group 3 car, and his son had to be in a Group 4 car, because he just, the ego, it's the ego that can't handle it sometimes. I don't play with my children either, Brownie. They beat me on 7 Days to Die and everything we play together. They're just better. They were born of a time of computers. It's part of their DNA now, whereas older folks, we've got to get used to computers. So but Brownie, great job in second place, but not close. Sorry, I'm only joking. He didn't only join because they're Group 3. I'm winding him up. I'm egging the pot in the Brownie household. I'm giving Bubblegum some ammunition, saying, well, the commentator says I'm faster than you, so it's got to be true. And if Bubblegum puts any heed into what I say, you've got to wisen up, because I am a clown. I am a buffoon. I am not a role model. I am the person you use to not be like. Carlsberg then leads with the Brownie in second place. Rufus in third. Rufus has got that place back against Ginger. Sorry, I've missed some action, but it looked like things were settled down now. But yeah, and Ginger, after that penalty, maintained his third place, and I thought Rufus was washed. I thought he was washed for the rest of this race. I thought the spins and the problems he'd had taken it away, had removed his soul, and he couldn't find the get up and go to keep on in this race. But Rufus somehow has dug deep, and he has found a reason, and he's got himself ahead of Ginger, unless Ginger had a shocker. I'm not sure. 31s, you see Rufus is slapping those 31s like they owe him money, and yeah, Ginger has slipped into the 32s. Ginger, no, the tyre wear is exactly the same. We can't use tyre wear as an excuse here. So Rufus, now he's getting on with it, isn't he? He's absolutely banging those lap times in, and Ginger having to adapt, having to find a bit of time. He did lose a second his last lap around, and Rufus at 31 again. So yeah, it just looks like Rufus he's just handling again. It might be the car changing with the fuel, and the weight distribution is more keen to Rufus. He's probably enjoying a lighter Jaguar. Maybe Ginger isn't getting what he wants out of the corners. Brownie, we saw. Now Brownie's back, baby. The Brownster is back. Write it on the walls. We've got a yellow flag ahead, and Brownie going for that same move against the Berg, and it didn't work last time. Oh, that's Hoyland, it seems. It looks like Hoyland was the man who had an issue, and he is parking it at the side there. He's letting all the leaders through. We've got a couple more on their way, Hoyland, and oh, poor Hoyland. Sorry, dude. I blame the car. I blame the car, dude. Carlsberg under a lot of pressure from the Brownie. I mean, I did a series. I called it the F-Type series. I can't remember what night they used to race. Tuesdays, I think. And they did a Jaguar series, and it was one of the bangingest series as I've covered. But it's because the Jaguar is so unpredictable that the racers were like, you never knew what was going to happen because people were spinning left, right, and centre trying to push these Jaguars. So it's a really tricky car. It's a car I'd be surprised for them to choose. I did raise my eyebrows a little bit when I saw that they chose it for an academy style race. I would say this was not a beginner car. This is a car where you have to know, you have to have experience, and you got to have a good attuned feeling to a sin. You're probably better off with a wheel than a controller. It's just a car I'm very surprised. I understood the Porsche Cayman. It's a very easily handleable car. Again, Carlsberg under fire, and he's made it work this time. And that is what Brownie has been trying to pull off for the last 20 minutes. And it's worked. He's done it. He got through this time. Carlsberg then couldn't defend that one, as Brownie was already up alongside him in the braking zone, and Brownie then leads. Rufus in third, pulling away. Oh, Ginger's been a naughty boy, and Bubblegum leads. Well, Bubblegum's ahead of a Group 3 car. Poor Hoyland. Bubblegum, even the Group 4 is tricky to drive as well, and they're the juniors having to drive these, but I think that's a rear-wheel drive. And yeah, it might not be, I can't remember. But I do remember the Group 4 was a bit of a pain as well. Understeery, I want to say. And then oversteery out the corners. But it's next season, boys, go for an all-wheel drive. This is my layout for you. Shorten the races. It's too long for the young uns. Look at me. So Brownie is in the lead now. Carlsberg in second. Rufus. I'm spitballing ideas. But shorten the races. 3 15-minute races is probably better for the young uns, I'd say. Use everyone in the Group 4s. I don't think it's great for confidence for the juniors to be driving around in Group 4s while the seniors are driving around in Group 3s. Don't see how that's going to help them. So everyone in all-wheel drives. Now, I believe the Subaru is a bit better than the Mitsubishi. So I would say Group 4, all-wheel drive, 15-minute races, put the seniors in the Mitsubishi and put the juniors in the Subarus. And I think you could have a challenging season there. I'd even go as far to say as random grids and put a bit of boost on. I know pro sim racers get all excited, but it's for the guys like Steele. He turns up every week. Let the boy have a bit of boost. You know what I'm saying? He could be there at the back of Mountmar. These guys, I found with the boost, yeah, it's artificial with lap times and stuff, but the better drivers still come out on top. The better drivers still always are at the front, and the boost just helps those that are lacking behind a little bit. So for an academy series, I couldn't see why using boost would be detrimental. I really don't. But that's just my 2 pennies worth, and what do I know? I'm just a gob on a stick shouting about people playing computer games. So Brownie leads from Carlsberg. Carlsberg's been a naughty boy. Rufus is in that third place with Ginger in fourth. Hoyland is back ahead of Bubblegum, and he's done his fastest lap so far. So revelations for Hoyland. He's broken into the 31s, and he's starting to find and the back end catches him out again. And Ginger saying around here, I sure am a naughty boy. There you go. And Hoyland just looks like he is contemplating life and everything in it at the moment. Oh, poor Hoyland. My word. Wait till he'll be gutted he didn't turn up. He could have easily got points on you this round. So Brownie then leads from the Berg. We're into the last minute. No wonder Hoyland's just parked it. So Brownie then, he's going to get another lap in. He's taken the fastest lap. Oh, he's been a naughty boy as well. But I think it's all a little too late for Carlsberg, who is further back. And the clock's still 30 seconds on, so most people on this lap will do another lap. They're getting the yellow flags, but I think that's Hoyland who's parked it. Rufus in that third place, Ginger in fourth. Then we have Bubblegum, who's been a naughty boy. He's leading though, so he cares not. Matmar in second, Steele in seventh, and there's Hoyland still contemplating his life. Brownie then on the final lap. He's been a naughty boy, but he's got enough distance on the Berg. And what does the Berg care? He's outscoring Rufus, and that at this point is all that matters. Brownie bringing it around. A big sweeping corner. Down to third, second gear he's taking that in the shag. And this one should be, as it's building up, a little lift. Oh no, knocks it down to second again. To third. Fourth gear. Building up the speed, and then it's a dab on the brakes and just sling it to the right into the final two corners. Slides it through. Oh, Bubblegum, sorry, I apologise. Hang on, Bubblegum's just won the Group 4 race. So Bubblegum, another win this season. He has done well for him. Matmar wasn't that far behind. A great race from Matmar. You have to take it off to Matmar. Your hat off to Matmar. He has ran a great race there in second for the Group 4s. Then Brownie bringing it through the final corner, and he made a race of it today. Him and the Berg. Absolutely cracking stuff. Brownie in the first, Carlsberg losing out in second. Rufus and Ginger keeping it entertaining for us, and that's Rufus on the podium ahead of the Ginger. Steele brings it home in third for the Group 4s, and Hoyland is still thinking about things. Does he take part in the second race? That's a big question. Please do. There's not many of you, as it is. Oh, poor Hoyland, you got to feel. We've all had them Red Bull blues. Anyway, on to round 16 then, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see them duking it out around the Red Bull Ring on medium and hard tyres. Doesn't get any easier, does it? Oh, and if there's anyone in the academy, can you share the final round? Sorry to say it out on air. I was going to post it in the room, but it seems a bit like I'm I've still got another 2 rounds before I get to the final round, so it's a little bit like Rich saying, can you share the last round? But I just didn't want someone to delete it by accident. Oh, there's Hey Up. How come there's suddenly 1,000 people in this lobby? Where did all these people come from? Hang about. So Hoyland, have we got extra? No. Oh, it's just Ninky and the Frank have shown up for the second race. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Oh, that'd be interesting, isn't it? I was really dreading it. I thought, I mean, in all fairness, Carlsberg and Brownie gave us a great race, and so did Ginger and Rufus, and I did miss the Ginger and Rufus moves, so I can't complain that there wasn't much action when what action there was, I missed it. But it was not the most exciting of races, was it? So, yeah, I was dreading this second race, but I tell you what, the addition of a couple of Group 4 cars is a welcomed addition. Oh no, what's this that Ginger's saying? Don't watch what? Don't watch me. Don't look at me. I'm trying to pee. Oh, don't watch me in race 2. Oh no, don't say that, Ginger. You're starting in second. This is a great opportunity. Right then. So Hoyland is starting on hard tyres. Ginger is starting on hard tyres. And Rufus again, why are they all starting on hard tyres? And they let Rufus get away with the medium. It works for him. It's worked for him so many times on the medium tyres and then doing the dash and leaving them behind on their hard tyres. You think they just match Rufus and try and stay with him and pit when he pits. But again, Hoyland and Ginger both opting to go the hard tyre early. They want to be on the mediums at the end. Rufus has opted for the mediums, as we've seen him all season do so. Carlsberg has gone for hard tyres again. And Brownie is on the mediums. So, yeah, interesting, because we've seen that tactic has worked for Rufus so much this season. So it is strange that not everyone has just opted to do that. It's good for me. It mixes it up. Steele, then, is starting on pole. He's on the hard tyres. Matmar starts on the hard tyres. Bubblegum is starting on the medium tyres. Ninky starts on the medium tyres. And the Frank starts on medium tyres. So it's just Matmar, is it? And Steele that are opting for the hard tyre in the Group 4 category. Anyway, let us not delay any more. Poor Hoyland, those hard tyres. You just know it's not going to go well this first lap, do you? He was struggling with the soft tyres, with grip. Hard tyres, there's just nothing. It's like on ice. So anyway, I'm rooting for you, Hoyland. I'm hoping for the best. As they string themselves into a single file. No, they're spreading out. Sod the slipstream. Hoyland then into the first corner, and it's gone well. It's gone okay. Ginger in second. Then we've got Rufus on those medium tyres. They'll not be quite up to temperature yet, but still they're looking lively. Brownie already through past the Berg there on his hard tyres. Steele holds the pole for the Group 4s as Bubblegum under fire from Matmar. No, Matmar under fire from Bubblegum. Bubblegum, oh, it's a little side-by-side banging of doors, but they both survive it through Matmar. And then we've got Frank trying to make a move on Matmar as Ninky is having a look at where the gaps are available. Matmar doing a bit of heavy defensive moves with the Frank, and Frank won't be appreciating that as he drops to the back of the pack. Bubblegum then leads. Hoyland, oh, and there he is. Hoyland's gone. Well, look then, as he's gone, we may as well, is he still there? He is. My word, he only went a little wide. You only went a little wide. You quit out. Hoyland, I'm disappointed in you, sir. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. You quit out over going a little wide. If it was a huge spin or something and you were angry about it, but that wasn't nothing. Everyone's going to do that, Hoyland. You watch. Brownie then now leads this race. Rufus, the two medium runners, out there in the lead. Ginger is in third, and Carlsberg there in fourth. Bubblegum leads away the Group 4 runners. Ninky now up and into second, but Frank is closing in. Frank making a race of it. The two green Jaguars. Whoa, contact in the corner, and not on purpose. Obviously, Frank just came in a lot faster than Ninky was on the apex, and Frank then slowly makes his way past. Not quite, though. Ninky still holding the line, still slightly ahead, and Frank's going to have to late break this, and he can't. He can't. Ninky then still holding fast against Frank as Steele gets a clear view of some cracking racing just ahead of him, and Bubblegum tries to make hay and disappear from the scene as these guys duke it out. Carlsberg leads from Brownie. So Brownie losing that lead there, I'm sure. And Frank's out wide, so is Ninky. So Ginger has lost a position to Rufus, but Rufus has got a penalty. Oh no, Brownie's had a bad one. He's already lost the position to Carlsberg, who's on the hard tyres. So props to Carlsberg. He's absolutely driving. And they're miles ahead of Rufus. Wowzers. So, yeah, spread already. 2 minutes into this race. And there we go. Oh, we missed it again. I'm going back again, Brownie. What the hell? There you go. That's why you quit out, Hoyland. Not for just running wide. That's the sort of stuff that makes you angry. And there we see one of the red cars, Rufus, running wide into the kitty litter and giving Ginger an opportunity to get up and ahead. And he's got oh my God, 3 seconds. What did you do? Oh, you passed under a yellow flag, I bet, because Rufus went out wide. And the yellow flag was still out for, I guess, Brownie returning to track. Poor Ginger, that's harsh. God almighty, that is one of the harshest penalties I think I've seen. Oh God. Rufus, Carlsberg's in. He's getting rid of those hard tyres. Brownie, has he got a pit stop on the Brownster? Brownie, he'll be keeping those medium tyres on for a while. Rufus as well. Back up to third, and Ginger in to get rid of those hard tyres. Bubblegum leads from Ninky at the moment. And then we've got Frank with a penalty just ahead of Matt Ma's gone in. So Frank closing in very fast on Ninky. Into the braking zone. Ninky's okay. Frank has a look. But there's nothing doing there. And Ninky very strong on the apex. Carlsberg coming back out on a set of medium tyres. Now this is a race of distance. He has to just maintain an absolute banging race pace to match the Brownie up ahead and wait until Brownie pits very much later in the race. Steele is in... Wow, I've lost track of where he is. Bubblegum's first. Ninky's in second. Frank's in third. So Steele's in fourth. And Frank looks like he's ready to pull a move. No, not quite. Not ready yet, and Ninky survives in second place for another corner. Carlsberg, he's going to come across these guys now on his fresh set of mediums. Still in fourth with Ginger. Again, a penalty for Ginger. He can't get a break, can he? And Matt Ma, I think we saw him have a spin, and he's pitted to get rid of his hard tyres. Brownie now then leading with Rufus chasing him down. Rufus is the fastest man on the track. And we've got Bubblegum in. Bubblegum's up to third, but he's leading the Group 4s. Very good. Carlsberg, though, closing in rather swiftly. And Carlsberg, can he not do with losing time behind the Group 4 runner? He's lucky he came out ahead of Ninky and Frank, as they are absolutely dueling and have no time to be pulling over for any Group 3 cars. Steele goes in to get rid of his hard tyres. And where will that put Matt Ma in relation to Steele? Carlsberg in third now. He's cleared Bubblegum. Ninky still ahead of the Frank. And Ninky then on the brakes. Whoa, nearly loses the Jaguar. And that's going to help Frank. Frank looking like he got a solid drive out of the corner. And he'll be propelling himself towards Ninky down the straight. And as we saw from Brownie earlier, you just got to get yourself up alongside at this area in the braking zone to get the move done into this corner. Frank's a little wide, he's on the dust. And Ninky then lives to tell the tale of being in second for another run. Bubblegum not that far ahead of him. 42.1 from Bubblegum last time around. Ninky doing a 41.8 and the Frank doing a 42.0. Ginger having a nightmare. Matt Ma is ahead of Steele, so Steele did come out behind Matt Ma after Matt Ma's pit stop. Brownie leads this race, and now he is the fastest man. He is the man of the purple lap, and Rufus still chasing him down. Carlsberg all by himself, alone with his thoughts. I hope he gets on with himself. Bubblegum leads the Group 4s, and Ninky, though, very fast behind Bubblegum that lap. 42.1, and Ninky with a 41.4, and Frank with a 42.2. So Ninky really is finding a good pace in his Group 4 car at the moment. Ginger trying to get over a few things. He's going to have Red Bull PTSD at the end of this one. He's going to need therapy, all sorts. He's going to be sick of seeing Pen 3 seconds for sure. 3.00. Hey, Ginger. Matt Mart. I hope the 19 at the end of Matt Mart isn't the year he was born, because wow, he's a better driver than me, and I'm sure that would only make him 6. Can't be. Maybe it's his age. Maybe he's 19. I know Frank's just turned 16 a couple of days ago. Big boy, well done. You can buy ciggies now, can't you? And Red Bull. Go wild. So Frank, I don't know how old Ninky is. I don't seek information about these. I don't want to be in a file somewhere. Bubblegum, I know, is 9. His dad told me. Okay. So Bubblegum, I'm sure, is 9, leading the race at the moment, quite comfortably, doing a boss job with Frank. Frank now has got past Ninky. I guess Ginger is about 2 years younger than me. That 78, I'm judging, is probably a date of birth, which means he's an old fart like me. Good luck, mate. And Matt Mart then is 4th, doing some good times on those medium tyres. When the guys pit ahead, he might be in with something here. Frank's picked himself up a penalty. I think he was slowing down to let one car through, and it looked like Ninky gave him a little bump just to help him go. Bubblegum then, he might be surviving this for a bit longer as Ginger makes his way through. Carlsberg 31.9, Brownie 32.0, not bad. So Carlsberg is keeping that pace. Rufus is closing in rather swiftly on the Brownie. Now remember, in the first race, Brownie we saw having a few issues mid-race, and we put it down to maybe the change of weight in the car. But yeah, he found the Jaguar a more difficult vehicle to drive, it seemed. Mid-race, he dropped right off the back of the Berg, and then he came through the worst of it, and then was on it. But this could be that phase of the race that we saw from Brownie in the first race, where the car's just not where he wants it to be. He's come across a Group 4 car, and he's avoided that quite nicely. And Rufus also, no, Rufus doesn't quite clear the Group 4 car. Got held up in the corner by it, and that is a little gap for Brownie, a little breather. Frank's going in, my word. To put hard tyres on this early, that's a bold move. That's a bold strategy, Frank. Let's see how it plays out. Ninky then stays out on his mediums, as does Bubblegum. You're going to rinse those mediums until the last 2 laps. It seems to me you've got to use the other tyre for a minimum of 2 laps. That's the rules they have on Sunday, so I'm guessing it seems like they've pretty much copied and pasted Sunday's racing rules over to the academy. And yeah, I'm assuming you have to just do the 2 laps. So Bubblegum and Ninky, they're gonna rinse the mediums because they're gonna be so much better than the hards. So Frank, out on a set of hard tyres. Let's see how this one goes. Let's see how this does. Okay. I just hit my own like button because I'm sad. So Frank, onto the hards. He's still ahead of Matmar, but Matmar 42.3s he's getting on the mediums, and he isn't all that far behind the Frank. There is still a tell to tell here, sir. Still in 9th, he's on the mediums. He got off those hards early doors, and I tell you what, 45s, he might have to raise the pace a little bit, but he could cause an upset to Frank as well before the end of the race. Brownie then leads from Rufus, but Rufus is really becoming a pain in his hiney. The Brownie is having to keep an eye on Rufus behind. This is more like it for Brownie. No, sir. Brownie pushing it deep into that one. Rufus taking a wider line to get around the Brownie as the Brownie it tries to survive. Oh my word, Brownie, have you seen it? Have you seen a driver unravel so much as Max Verstappen this season as Brownie has in this race? So Rufus And so they clear the Group 4 car. Brownie, he uses those mistakes to make himself faster. As you see, he's still hot on Rufus's tail here, and he looks like he's ready to make a move. Maybe he just prefers a position from behind. Again, Brownie looking where there is no space, switches it, sees if he can late break that one, but I don't think that's a late breaker. You've got to really be committed and committed to do it. So Brownie then in seconds. Carlsberg is third. He's waiting for this race to come back to him. 32-4, 32-1. Losing a bit. Well, 34 from the Brownie as the Brownie makes the move. But it's a little late on the brakes, and Rufus just says, all day, my friend. We can do this all day if you want to sling it in, because you've got to slow down more at the apex, and I'm carrying the speed. So Brownie then, a bit of a desperado move, but hey, sometimes it distracts your fellow person you're racing against, and they make a mistake. So maybe Brownie slinging everything at the wall and seeing what sticks as they make their way past, I believe that is Ninky. Rufus then feeling the heat. The heat is on. It is on the streets. The heat is on. So for Rufus at least, Brownie really is getting involved. Very much so. Good slipstream here. Can he pull alongside into the braking zone? It looks like he has. And this is the opportunity he's looking for. Beautiful. Brownie onto the apex. And that, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, aliens and lizards, is how it is done. Lap 10. 14 minutes into a 25-minute race. Brownie and Rufus yet to pit for the hard tyre, and they're costing each other time. They are costing each other time as Carlsberg, who does not have to pit again, is smashing late 31s out there, which is similar to what Brownie's doing. It's going to be tight. I don't know. I can't call it for a pit stop. But Carlsberg can't mess things up. He's got to smash it. He's got to be putting those qualifying laps in, and he's got to be doing it now. This is where he wants to be doing it before these two make their stop, as they're falling over each other. Now Brownie freed up from the shackles of the Rufus, and he's going to want to push as well, just to make sure he comes out ahead of the Berg, and a little bit ahead as well, because remember, they're going to be on hard tyres with no grip whatsoever. So yeah, he doesn't want to be out just in front of the Berg, with the Berg on a nice comfortable set of medium tyres. 31.3, that's going to have opened the Berg's eyes. That's going to make him take notice. 32.4 from him, nearly a second slower. And yeah, I think we can safely say, as he tries to make a move on the Group 4 car, nice work. Yeah, I think we can safely say Brownie is definitely going to be out of the pits ahead of the Berg there. And the Berg's going to have to rely on his medium tyres to take the fight to him. Ginger has been penalised so badly, he's not even in this race anymore. He's still in the last round. Bubblegum leads, but Ninky is getting ever closer. Bubblegum 42.0 last time out, but he did a banger on lap 8 of 40.6. But Ninky a 40.7 on lap 8. I don't know, maybe they got a tow off a Group 3 car or something. So they both did banging laps. But now, oh, Ninky very wide in the final corner. And Bubblegum is he's there. These two have still got to pit for a hard set of tyres. Frank pitted rather early, and I said Matmar could close up on him. Frank's been doing a very irregular lap times, 48, 41 and 44. I think he had a spin on lap 7, I reckon, on those hard tyres. And yeah, he's very inconsistent with the lap times since putting those hard tyres on. Matmar in the 41s, on the mediums, in a comfortable zone. So yeah, Frank could be in trouble. with those hard tyres, but we have only got 40.3 though. That's more like it. It's faster than Matmar's going on the mediums. 42.5. Steele 43.7. He's managed in the Jaguar. Big up to the Steele. I think Steele's 9 as well, but I don't know a lot about these guys. Brownie 31.3 again. Carlsberg take note. 32.7. He's going the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. Rufus as well with some smashing lap times, and I think Carlsberg is going to be looking at the back of those two when they make their pit stop. They've come across some Group 4 cars again. A family affair here between Bubblegum and Brownie. Father to son, son to father. Luke Skywalker to Vader, you know, the old story. Rufus then up into second, the Berg in third. But the Berg has not maintained the pace that he needs. He's going faster again now. This is where he wants to be. Rufus has taken it in. Rufus has taken it in, and we've still got 5 or 6 minutes on the clock. That is interesting. And Brownie continues on. And where is the Berg then? And Rufus not at his box yet. The Berg's coming round onto the straight. Rufus is still not at his box. And yeah, the Berg's going to get Rufus easily. So maybe the Brownie isn't going to come out ahead of the Berg. There I was saying the Berg had no chance with the pace he's been having, but he's jumped the Rufus. Rufus coming out of the pit lane. Oh, and he's cut the pit lane line as well. 3-second penalty for Rufus. And the Berg is miles away. And Rufus was rather close to Brownie. So Brownie, he might be in trouble here. And Berg again outscoring Rufus when it is the most important to in that championship battle. And Brownie doing donuts. OMG, a little wide. Stays off the accelerator, but the car reacts very weirdly, goes to the other side, still trying to stay off that accelerator, and now the car is just being a very naughty vehicle. Oh, poor old Brownie. Carlsberg will be loving this news. Oh, Brownster. Rufus then still with that 3-second penalty. Does this put Ginger back? No, because Ginger is continuing his penalty streak. Bubblegum comes in. Bubblegum comes in. Ninky also comes in. And this is time for Frank to shine. But is he too far back? Did he go to the hard tyre too early? He's been doing some good lap times of recent. Matmar, 40.7 now. Matmar, this is a bit late for these ones. He needed to be doing these 4 or 5 laps ago. Now we're having a lot of pit stops. Berg has taken the lead from the Brownie. The Brownie not even there. He may lose a position to Rufus. He has. OMG. LOL. The Brownie, that spin has cost him two positions. I don't think he would have got ahead of Berg. There was me saying the Berg hadn't done a good enough pace, but it seems he had. I was misguiding you, it seems. Rufus then, now ahead of Brownie. Brownie out with the Group 4 cars. Ginger in 4th, no closer to the other guys. Bubblegum still leads. Onto the hard tyre he goes. As Ninky tries to close in. Ninky has been a bane in Bubblegum's race all the way, all in his mirrors. Hasn't given him a second to breathe. Hey, Carlsberg's in the chat. Let's have a look. He's asking if Ginger wants to go and do some testing. He was walking his dog. And Carlsberg saying morning all. I think he's out taking his dog for a walk. He's probably back home by now. He's probably turned his phone off. Probably just opened it at the very beginning just to say hello. Who could watch this? You've got to watch it in increments. So Ninky then trying to close in on Bubblegum just because of my annoying voice, that's all. And there is Frank. There is Frank. He is on their tail. And I thought Frank, with those hard tyres, would have lost the opportunity to race these two. And now they're all on the hard tyres. And Ninky's just had to pay a half a second penalty. And Frank is on his case. And from earlier, we saw Frank and Ninky dicing in the corners. And again, they're dicing. Still in fourth or fifth? I've lost it. Fifth. Carlsberg leads. Slam dunk for Carlsberg, this one, wasn't it? Rufus in second. Brownie. Oh, poor Brownie. Gets the fastest lap, though. That's something. Ginger as well. Hasn't had the race to shout about. Houdini or... what's his name? Hoyland. Did a Houdini and left. Bubblegum leads. And now Frank is past the Ninks. Ninky, who looked like he was attacking for the lead here, he was chasing down Bubblegum, has been caught by the Frank. He did have that penalty, remember, and now Frank is past. And Bubblegum, under any racing conditions, we could say before that wins have come his way due to circumstances, but this one, they're all on the track, they've all got the same conditions, and Bubblegum is just a minute and 20 seconds away from beating Frank on track. Ninky in third. And they've got one of the Group 3 cars in amongst them. I guess that's Ginger. Matmar in fourth, Steele in fifth. Carlsberg with a country mile ahead of his closest competitor in the championship, and more importantly, outscoring Rufus in the last 2 rounds. Carlsberg is well on his way to be a champion with only 4 more races to go. 2 at Daytona and 2, I couldn't tell you where because I'm not sure where that track is. No one has shared the replays. Wayne Carlsberg. And I don't like to ask in the chat because obviously I'm still behind. But yes, the last round hasn't been shared yet. It was only last Monday, so it's you know. Rufus then in second, Brownie in third, Ginger in fourth. Bubblegum, this is where the race is, ladies and gentlemen. Frank closing in on Bubblegum. The flag is out. The flag is out. Someone's crossing the line. Who is crossing that line? Steele then finishes. Bubblegum at the moment still ahead. We've got more finishing. Is that Carlsberg? And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Carlsberg takes the win. Rufus is the next man. Bubblegum still is leading the Group 4s. As we see Rufus cross the line. How is Bubblegum doing? It's tight, ladies and gentlemen. Rufus has crossed the line. Brownie, oh, poor Brownie. He did get a podium, but it's not the race he was hoping for. Bubblegum then, side by side with the Frank, and the Frank's going to get the move done. And now Bubblegum's only got 2 corners to make the move. Oh, Frank's got it sorted on the final lap. Poor Bubblegum. Bubblegum's going for a late break into the final corner. Hoping that Frank makes a mistake, but Frank somehow gets the win off of Bubblegum. Poor Bubblegum. And Ninky then takes the final podium with Matmar in fourth. What a race from the Group 4s, and Bubblegum, my friend, my buddy. Don't be hard. Don't that. You were involved in an amazing race, win or lose. It was fantastic. And you know, Frank's got a little bit more experience than you, so you know, it's oh man, that is heartbreaking on the line. On the line, the last couple of corners, shocking stuff. The Berg says, loving the comms as always. Oh, thank you, sir. The comms are finished. You came in quite late, unless you were lurking. So there you go. Frank took that win away from Bubblegum. Big meanie. And Bubblegum comes home in second. Still leading the championship, though, Bubblegum. That's the most important thing. It's you got to think of the bigger picture, the longer game. Ninky in third. Great to see him back on track. Come on, Ninky. And Matmar
Just didn't go his way. I can't remember what happened to him now, but it just didn't quite go his way. He was doing good pace, wasn't he, as well? And Steele, 43.7. That's a good lap time from Steele. Berg takes the win, and I naysayed. I naysayed and said he didn't have enough pace to get ahead of Rufus and Brownie after the pit stops. And how wrong was I? Because the Berg sailed past the pair of them. Rufus in second, picking up that position after Brownie had a little spin out. Ginger was just dogged with penalties throughout the race. And Frank there, who I thought I wrote off because he made an early stop onto the hard tyres and thought it was all a bit too much for him, ended up pulling off an absolute masterclass. Bubblegum did nothing wrong there. But ended up coming in second. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Ninky in third, and he was more than a match on the mediums for Frank, but on those hard tyres, Frank just seemed to excel. Matt Marr in fourth, a good race, and Steele again, a great race. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more rounds of this to go. This fabulous series. It's been absolutely cracking. And I look forward to seeing you again. We come back with Daytona. I don't know if we'll get one in this weekend. We goddamn will try it. But, you know, my time management is absolutely poor. Thank you for the Ultimate Racing League for all their organisational skills and bringing these races together and these championships. They're not easy to do. Takes a village. Thank you to all of our academy drivers for taking part and turning up each week, and for those that turn up in this second race, made it quite exciting. So thank you to you guys, and to you guys in the chat and who watch this later, and you know, give us a bit of your attention. Thank you very much. Also, if you fancy it. U.R.L. are on Facebook. Get yourself signed up. Get yourself involved. Get yourself racing. It's a great distraction from that thing called life. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.